My name is DJ Infantry, and I am legally blind. My passion for the outdoors has taken me to some amazing places, and I have done some incredible things, all with one mission in mind: to inspire you to get outdoors. Welcome to Infantry Outdoors. Hello everybody, and welcome to this episode of Infantry Outdoors. Yours truly, your favorite disabled DJ. I'm the Infantry, back at it again, and today we're in the kitchen, and boy did I get a great deal on some corn at the local store for like 24 cents an ear, so I bought a bunch of it today, and today we're going to get into how to pressure can corn. This is straight off the cob, straight into the jar, and pressure can. This is raw can corning, I guess you call it. So today we're gonna get into that. We're gonna show you how to do that and the methods used in which to do that. Now the reason for this is I got a great deal on the corn and I don't want it to go to waste. So one of the oldest methods of preserving food is canning. And it's a very simple way to do. I know a lot of people are intimidated by it. But today I'm going to show it to you that if this blind guy can do it, so can you. So make sure you give us a thumbs up on the video and subscribe if you're new here. Become part of the family. Hit that bell notification so that you're notified when we upload on Wednesdays and live stream on Fridays. Also, if you found some value out of this video and enjoyed it, YouTube has offered the super thanks button down below. You can hit that, send a donation to the program, and help us continue on our journey here on Infantry Outdoors. So with that said, let's get into corn. Now, I've got 20 ears of corn. Basically, 2 ears of corn roughly will give you a pint jar, to give you an idea of how many pint jars you're actually going to need in order to jar up all of this corn. So I've got 20 ears, that'll make 10 jars, and we've got some shucking to do. So let me get to shucking, let me get to cleaning, and I'll bring you guys back once I'm done. Next step, after we've shucked and washed the corn, is to take it off of the cob. Real easy to do. You just take your knife, start at one end, and kind of just saw it off, straight down the cob into a bowl. And make sure you check out next week's video. We're going to show you what we do with the corn cobs and how to make corn cob jelly. So if you're interested in that, that will be up next week. But this week we're going to can the corn. So we managed to clean all of the corn off of the cobs. Now I'm going to save the cobs for later, and you guys can come back next week and check out how we turn the corn cobs into some awesome corn cob jelly. Make sure that you set your calendar for next Wednesday and don't miss that one. Taking products that we would normally throw away and use them to make jelly. So that's what we're going to do with the corn cobs. So we've got this great pot full of corn. We have our jars clean and sterilized. We have our lid, our handy dandy funnel. So what we're gonna do first is I'm actually going to take some salt, and I'm going to put a 1/4 teaspoon of salt in every one of these jars. All right, everybody's got salt. We're going to take our funnel and we're going to just start filling our jars with the corn. We're going to leave 1 inch head space, which is basically the rim at the top of the jar, the bottom part of the rim. Okay. Next thing is we're going to add water. And this is filtered tap water. If you've got hard water like I do, you definitely want to filter the water. Not that it'll kill anything or do anything, but hard water does leave a film on your jars. Okay. So now, I'm going to take a knife and debubble. Make sure there's no bubbly bubbles in any of these jars. Alright guys, so we've got 5-pint jars here with the corn that I've had. With the 1-inch headspace, we're now going to just take a rag, clean the lid really good, the lips really good, make sure that there's nothing on there. And the easiest way to remember canning is cleanliness is your friend. You do not want dirty anything. These jars were boiled for 15 minutes before I put anything in them to sterilize them. We're going to clean the surfaces very well. The lids have been sitting in hot water so that the seals can gum up a little bit. Now all of the products guys, the jars, the lids, the tools that I'm using will be linked down below for you guys to check out. And if you shop using our links, you actually help out our program. We get a very small kickback from Amazon from your purchase, and it goes right back into making our program, to buying products, paying for expenses, that kind of stuff. So when you shop using our links, it does help us out. So thank you very much in advance. And for the lids, you just set them in some really hot water so that the seals have a chance to gum up. Now, this is the part that everybody needs to know. All you do to tighten this is, we don't want to over tighten it. We don't want to even tighten it. We just want to, I put them on there, go backwards, get it started, then go forwards until the jar spins. That's tight enough. Go to the next one, spin it backwards, make sure you're on, spin it forwards. That's it. All right, I'll see you guys over at the canner. All right, it's time to move over to our pressure canner, and a lot of folks are intimidated by these, but they're very, very simple to use. You have a blowout valve back here. You've got your weighted system that sits on top of here, and pretty much that's it. The tricky thing of it is knowing how many pounds to use depending on where you are. And if you guys Google it, there are charts to show you, depending on your elevation, on what pressures to use and the times to use. In our case today, for raw canned corn, we're going to use 10 pounds of pressure at 55 minutes. But before that can happen, we have to get it loaded, and we have to get it primed and get it steaming, and then we can go into the pressure canning. Now, for those that don't know about these weights, these are the weights that sit on top of here. And the way that they work is you take these off, it's 5 pounds. For us, it's going to be 10 pounds of weight, so we're going to add one ring when it's time and set that on there. The other one you can put to the side. So let's get this sucker loaded up and get canning. So this one's very simple. You just twist it off and it pops off. Now I did go ahead and lubricated my ring inside of here just to keep it good, fresh, new, and all that good sort of stuff. I've also, because I have hard water, have added some vinegar to my water. Now I've put about 3 or 4 inches worth of water in here, which should be more than enough to can these 5 jars. So let's get them in Now the reason that we have to pressure can these instead of water bath can these is the acidity level in the corn is not low enough in order to sustain a proper can. So water bath canning would not work on corn. It would work for like sauces, high acidic foods like tomatoes, hot sauces, things like that. So again, if you're unsure, you can always Google your pressure canner and you can get the chart that tells you what times, what elevations, how much water, everything to put. It'll be right online. So we're all loaded up. Batten down the hatches. Okay, locked in, nothing's on the top for right now. You're gonna leave that open, turn this on to high. Now what we're gonna do is we're gonna wait for this to start boiling, and once you see a steady stream of white steam coming out of here, we're going to set a 10-minute timer so that we can prime the system before we put the weight on to establish the pressure. But we want to get all of the air out of this canner first and only have hot steam inside of here. So we're going to let this go. We'll come back once we start seeing the steam. I'll show you what it looks like. We'll put the weight on, and at that point it's the 55-minute waiting game. So stay tuned. If you guys have enjoyed this video so far, please consider giving it a thumbs up, and if you're not subscribed, become part of the family. It's absolutely free to do. Hit that subscribe button and ring that notification bell so you're notified every Wednesday when we upload and every Friday when we live stream. Hope that you can become part of the family, and if you do take something away from this video, consider giving a super thanks. It's right down below. Hit the button. We greatly appreciate it. All super thanks, all donations of any kind always go right back into making the program, and we always acknowledge those that do that in all of our upcoming uploads and live streams. So thank you in advance. But I'll see you back when steam starts shooting out the top. So I don't know how you guys can see it. I'm gonna try to hold a black cloth back here so it shows up on the camera. We have a steady stream of steam coming out of here. It is constant. There's no puffs in between. So what we're gonna do now, set a timer for 10 minutes. And after that, that's letting all the air come out of it. After the 10 minutes, we'll come back, we'll put our 10 pounds of weight on and start a 55-minute timer that it'll sit to cook. So we'll be back when we put the top on. So as you can see, for 10 minutes, it's been blowing steam out the top. Our button in the back is pushed up on this particular canner. Now every canner is different. Some may have gauges, some may have weights like this one. Again, we're using 10 pounds and we're gonna let this run for 55 minutes. So if you have one of these styles, it would be this plus one weight equals 10 pounds. So we're gonna put this on there. And we're gonna wait. And we're gonna wait to see how much this rocks. That is your pressure gauge, essentially. So if it's wobbling a whole lot, you wanna turn it down a little bit. You just want it to rock rather than wobble, wobble, wobble. So we're gonna let the pressure build up inside, which it's doing now. And you'll start to see this dance here in just a minute. And I'm sure you guys can see, I know you can hear it, but it's starting to wobble. That means that we've reached our 10 pounds of pressure, and we're gonna start turning our heat down a little bit, because that's really all we want it to do. Just relieve the pressure slightly, but keeping the 10 pounds of pressure inside the pressure canner. So now we're gonna start our timer for 55 minutes. So now that we reach this point, let's go ahead and start a 55-minute timer. Start a timer for 55 minutes. And again, that's at my elevation here in Florida. If you're higher up, it could be longer, it could be, if you're lower, it could be less. But here in Florida, it's 55 minutes at 10 pounds. And basically that's what you want it to do, just dance a little bit. If it dances too much, slowly bring your temperature down. And we're gonna let this sit 55 minutes. We'll see you when you... Beep, 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 beep. All right, there we have it. 55 minutes. Now the next thing that we're going to do with this is we're going to turn it off and don't touch it. Leave it alone, let it do its thing, let it cool down, let it depressurize. Do not try to open these, it'll be a hot mess. So we're going to leave it sit, we're going to let it cool down, let it depercolate, do all of the stuff. 55 minutes at 10 pounds at my elevation here in Florida. And when we come back, we'll be able to show you our finished product and our jars of corn. So I hope you guys do enjoy this. I hope you give it a thumbs up and you do subscribe. Be sure to check out our website, infantryoutdoors.com, for all of our merch, our recommended products, and so much more. And if you have any comments, questions, or concerns for us, or anything that you'd like to see on the program, drop it in the comments below or write to us at infantryoutdoors.com. We'll see you back as soon as this cools down.
This episode of Infantry Outdoors is sponsored in part by Silver Connections Group, full digital marketing agency. Check them out today at silverconnectionsmobile.com. Water purification products, pure water at your fingertips. Service, installation, fully licensed and bonded. Check them out today at waterpurificationproducts.com. Mayhem Studios. Add mayhem to your media with the best in the biz. Contact them at mayhemstudios@yahoo.com. And by generous donations from viewers like you.
Well, there you have it, folks. Simple, easy way to take fresh corn that you can get readily and usually cheap during the summertime and can it for later down the road. Now this, canned as it is, will be good for several months, shelf stable. That is why canning is such an easy and great way to preserve harvests, or if you bulk buy at the food you find, at the grocery store like we did, we found some corn on sale. Now I'm going to go back and get a lot more than this, but this was just enough to show you guys how to do a recipe, how to do a quick, easy video. We use, usually a can of corn is a little bit less that you buy at the grocery store than we use, because everybody likes corn here. So having a pint jar full will be a great benefit to it. Again, all of the products used today in this video, the jars, the tools, the canner, will all be linked down below. Please use our Amazon links. It does help support the program when you guys shop using our links. So if you do, thank you in advance for your support. Also, don't forget to follow us across all social media platforms and give us a thumbs up on the video if you enjoyed it. And again, if you took something away from this video and you'd like to give something back, be sure to check out the thanks button down below. Well, with that said, guys, I'm the Infantry. I hope you guys enjoyed this. I hope you have an amazing day, and I hope that this and all of my adventures inspires you to get outdoors. So until we meet again, have an amazing day, everyone.